Hi, Hardcore Kid. Just wanted to say hi from Tuesday night, just to see how you're doing. I hope you're enjoying your life, and I hope you're enjoying this.
But I still prefer Patricia Arquette. Hey dudes, Hardcore Kid here. Hardcore enough to review kid stuff. I love rock and roll. The beating of the drums. The loud, angry voices of the singers. The riffing of the guitars. Oh yes. Rock and roll and heavy metal are two genres that absolutely dominate the world of music. Unfortunately, when it comes to music these days, you can see kids with their Zunes and their iPods jumping around to LMFAO, Skrillex, and the friggin' Harlem Shake. You call that music? This is music. Or this. Or this.
Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
Today's generation of music just seems like a shadow of what once was awesome. Pure, raw rock and roll. I'm sorry, Daft Punk, but you can keep your electronic brizzled mugs hidden behind those stupid Legion masks of yours, but your punk just sounds daft. Why get inspiration from performers who conduct music with computers instead of instruments when you can learn from people who actually care about rock and roll, like Jack Black? Whether you like or hate Jack Black, when it comes to music, the guy has some seriously good tastes. In the early 90s, he and Kyle Gass formed a comedy rock duo called Tenacious D, while in the 2000s, he and Tim Schafer gave us one of the greatest action-adventure video games of all time, Brutal Fucking Legend, which not only has a soundtrack that consists of bands like Black Sabbath, Dragon Force, Megadeth, and Motorhead, but it also features the voices of Lemmy and Ozzy themselves.
Well, it's about fucking time.
Now when it comes to movies, yeah, Jack has been always hit and miss with this kind of stuff. He's not the worst actor in the world. What it really comes down to is the kind of character and the kind of movie he's in. He can be good in movies like Tropic Thunder, Shallow Hal, and even Neverending Story 3. But he can be a total ass mongrel in movies like Orange County and Year One. So how does Jack hold up in the 2003 comedy School of Rock, where he teaches kids how to rock and roll? Will this movie rock? The only way to find out is to roll the footage. We begin our set list in the Paramount Pictures Club, where a rock and roll band called No Vacancy is playing. Jack Black plays the guitarist Dewey Finn. The band is, well, mediocre, and Dewey's whack job antics don't make it any better. On top of that, he's a lazy slob, refusing to get a real job and pay his rent, much to the annoyance of his roommate and former bandmate Ned Schneebly, played by Mike White, and his girlfriend Patty, played by Sarah Silverman.
The band is about to hit it big time. We're going to win Battle of the Bands, and when I'm rolling in the Benjamins, I will throw you and your dog a bone. Good night.
Oh, give it up! Your band has never made 2 cents!
Patty, come on, I'm on this.
We have jobs. We contribute to society, all right? I am an assistant to the mayor of the city. Hello?
Just dump her, man.
Yeah, well, if you don't come up with some money, she's gonna dump me. She's fed up.
Really? Because that would be a good thing. She's a nightmare.
Come on! I may never have another girlfriend. I mean, just come on!
This guy's about as emotionally blank as Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. A blockhead like Sarah Silverman is the perfect match for him. Cut to an old hangout where we see the rest of No Vacancy, including Theo, played by Adam Pascal of Rent fame. The band is preparing for their upcoming Battle of the Bands, but due to all of his embarrassing antics, Dewey is fired from the group.
We voted. You're out.
I was gonna tell you last night, Dewey, but you passed out, man.
Okay, you're gonna kick me out of the band, huh? You're gonna fire me? Well, this is my band. I brought us together. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of wannabe corporate sellouts. I'm gonna form my own band, and we are gonna start a revolution, okay? And you're gonna be a funny little footnote on my epic ass.
You know, I have heard a lot of different variations with the word ass. Badass, kick-ass, asshole, epic ass? That's a new one. Next day, Dewey gets a call from the school principal, Rosalind Mullins, played by Joan Cusack, asking for Ned to substitute for their teacher. Sensing a job opportunity, Dewey decides to steal Ned's place.
It'd be really great if I could get paid now in cash.
Oh, well, we don't do that.
Okay, well, when you cut my check, just make it payable to Dewey Finn for tax reasons.
You can discuss all of that with Candace in administration at the end of the day.
Okay, when's the end of the day?
We commence at 8:15, school lets out at 3.
Oh, you know what? You think I could cut out a little early today? I got some stuff I gotta do.
I gotta go back to my place and trip out to some Pink Floyd. Money, it's a gas.
Children, I'd like to introduce Miss Dunham's substitute. This is Mr. Schneebly.
Okay, who's got food in here? You're not gonna get in trouble. I'm hungry. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, Jack is pretty much playing the same guy he's played in just about all his movies. Lazy, inconsiderate, and totally snobbish.
I've got a hangover. Who knows what that means?
Doesn't that mean you're drunk?
No. It means I was drunk yesterday.
But he's not as snobbish as this creature.
Do you have any questions about her schedule? Because usually now Miss Dunham teaches vocabulary.
That's right, it's Miranda Cosgrove in her first ever film role. But to be honest, her performance in this movie is fairly decent. It's certainly a lot better than it was in that show that completely slaughtered Nickelodeon like a weed whacker. That along with Fred the Show and Marvin, which I just heard got canceled. Hooray!
As long as I'm here, there will be no grades or gold stars or demerits. We're gonna have recess all the time.
Woo! But Miss Dunham only gives us recess for 15 minutes.
Hey! Shut up!
So Dewey spends the entire 6-hour class doing, nothing, and finally makes it through the first day. While on the job, Dewey also looks to start his own band for Battle of the Bands, but given his reputation, he has no luck. So it's back to class.
Freddie, what do you like to do?
I don't know. Burn stuff?
Just go out and have recess.
My parents don't spend $15,000 a year for recess.
What, you want to learn something?
Yes, I do.
Just quit. Because in this life, you can't win. Yeah, you can try. But in the end, you're just going to lose big time because the world is run by the man.
Who?
The man. Oh, you don't know the man? Oh, well, he's everywhere. In the White House, down the hall, Miss Mullins, she's the man. And the man ruined the ozone, and he's burning down the Amazon, and he kidnapped Shamu and put her in a chlorine tank, okay? And there used to be a way to stick it to the man. It was called rock and roll. But guess what? Oh, no. The man ruined that, too, with a little thing called MTV!
The speech that Jack Black delivers in this scene is easily one of the best I've ever heard, because it basically sums up what's wrong with the music business today. It describes how rock and roll has lost much of its meaning, and now artists only seem to be focusing on becoming corporate big shots rather than staying true to their meanings. Take, for example, Green Day, who I personally believe are one of the greatest bands to come out of the late 80s to early 90s. Back then, these kids were punk-rocking motherfuckers, giving us these loud, angry songs with a rebellious attitude in mind. Now you look at them today, most of them in their 40s, and they're playing all these sappy, commercialized pop ballads like a bunch of posers. Where's the rebellious attitude? Where's the enthusiasm? Bands today have completely given up quality for quantity. It's either sell a bunch of crappy overproduced albums and top those fucking Billboard charts, or die out and become nothing more than just a group of has-beens. And that's what's wrong with the music industry today. It's go big or go home. Later that day, Dewey sees his students playing instruments in their music class and notices that they're actually pretty talented. So when the next class comes along, Dewey decides to give them a few good pointers. Some Black Sabbath, AC/DC, don't forget about the Doors.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, now touch me, babe. Fa-da-fa-da, can't you see that I am not afraid?
Or how about some Annie? Wait, what?
The sun'll come out.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
Stop.
Yeah, have I mentioned how awesome this movie's soundtrack is? The entire soundtrack consists of some of the greatest bands of all time. AC/DC, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, just about everybody. So Dewey wants to set all the kids up for the battle of the bands, but rather than tell them the truth and getting himself ratted out, he calls it a special class project.
Carrot Top, Roadrunner, Turkey Sub. We are gonna have a lot of equipment. We're talking amps, electric guitars, maybe even lasers, and smoke machines. Now your job is to master the transportation and operation of this technology. Seriously, without a first-rate roadie crew, we'll never have a psychedelic show. And I can't live with that.
How the heck do you expect these kids to find all this stuff? Amps alone cost around $600. These kids probably don't have any much more than $4 worth of lunch money in their pockets.
You want me to be a groupie?
Well, groupie's an important job.
I research groupies on the internet. They're sluts. They sleep with a band.
No, that's not true. They're like cheerleaders.
I don't want to be a cheerleader.
Well, with Jamie Spears becoming a pregnant 16-year-old and Amanda Bynes becoming a drunk, there's a good possibility you could be following them in their shoes, Missy. I'm totally blaming this on my brothers when I get home. So Dewey makes Summer his band manager, which means that she controls everything. Oh God, do you know what this means? This means Miranda Cosgrove has control of the entire band. And when she has control of the entire band, then she might end up getting control of the entire school. And then when she gets control of the entire school, she'll have control of the entire state. And then when she gets control of the state, she'll get control of the country. And when she gets control of the country, she'll get control of the world. And when she gets control of the world, she'll get the control of the entire universe. Quick, run for your life before she sucks out your soul! Ah! Holy mackerel. So for the next few classes, Dewey teaches the kids the basics of rock and roll. And thus, my friends, we get the greatest movie montage of all time. Dewey teaching all the kids how to sing, play, dance, and act. Showing footage of awesome bands like AC/DC, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Buddy Rich, just about every awesome rock and roll band you could think of. All with the Ramones' Bonzo Goes to Bitburg playing in the background. Yes! Yes! This is what I'm talking about, people. All those montages I made with Ramones music in the past, all the albums I own, the 8,000 Marky Ramone autographs I got. I believe that every movie montage, TV show montage, internet review show montage should have Ramones music playing in the background. Sheena is a Punk Rocker, Pet Sematary, Teenage Lobotomy, Warthog, all those good songs need a fucking awesome montage to go with them, because that is hardcore. So now Dewey and the kids try to get their gig, only to find out that the bill is full. So Dewey tries the sob story approach to get them in.
They're terminal. Every last one of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, and all they wanted to do before they bit the dust was play Battle of the Bands.
Oh, come on. Do you really think this guy is dumb enough to fall for that gibberish? And if the kids have terminal illnesses, then wouldn't they be considered too weak and sick to play in concert? And that doesn't include Tony Iommi. Tony Iommi is too awesome to die. I guess so, because the Cookie Puss decides to add the band to the roster. What the hell? They didn't even get an audition and they just let them in? Okay. However, Joan Cusack enters the class to observe Dewey's work.
Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. 3 minus 4 is...
-1.
That's right. And 6 times a billion is...
6 billion?
Nailed it.
Man, why couldn't my teachers ever teach all the stuff like this? I remember all my history teacher ever taught me was all about the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and the horrors of communist feminazism. I'm told it makes people go crazy. But now the movie decides that Dewey needs a love interest, so it's time for Joan Cusack to step in and allow Dewey to bring her boring-as-hell character over to the rock side.
I love this song.
Really?
Yes. Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. Stevie. Ooh, baby, ooh, ooh.
I wasn't always like this, you know. I wasn't always wound this tight. There was a time when I was fun. I was funny. I was. But you can't be funny and be the principal of a prep school. No, you cannot. Because when it comes to their kids, these parents, they have no sense of humor. No, and if anything goes wrong, it's my head, all right? It's my head in the smasher. These parents will come down on me like a nuclear bomb. I can't make a mistake. I gotta be perfect. And that pressure.
Dear God, Jesse, you are drunk and angry and extremely ADD. Was the relationship with Mr. Lightyear not meant to be? But wait! What about the real Ned Snogneedle? Well, after the school sends him a check under his name, Ned finds out what Dewey's been doing behind his back and takes it well.
They called looking for a sub, and I said I was you just to make some money, but then I got there, and the kids, they rock, man. There's this kid, Larry, who's like, I'm not cool, but now he's like, beep, 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 and there's this other girl who could sing like, but then she thought she was too fat to sing, so they were all dying of this rare blood disease, and then the principal got drunk, and now we're playing tomorrow Battle of the Bands. Isn't that great? It's the coolest thing that ever happened. One day, that's all I ask, Ned, and then I will come clean. I'll tell everyone it was my fault, he had nothing to do with it, you'll be fine one day.
Later that night, Dewey goes to a parent-teacher conference where he introduces himself to the students' parents. But as it turns out, Ned and Patty have ratted him out and called the man to the school.
That man is not Ned Schneebly.
What?
What? This man is Ned Schneebly.
Yeah, he's not even a teacher.
You called the cops?
She did. She got it out of me. Sorry.
Is this true? Who are you?
My name is Dewey Finn. And no, I'm not a licensed teacher, but I have been touched by your kids. And I'm pretty sure I've touched them.
I remember when they played the trailers for this movie on TV, they always played that joke. The joke wasn't funny in the trailers, and it's not funny here.
You know, Dewey, it's one thing to throw your life away, but then to put Ned's career in jeopardy is
Hey,
so
you're
selfish.
the one who told me to be like Ned and get a job.
Yeah, I told you to be like Ned, Dewey. I didn't tell you to be Ned. You're not even gonna apologize?
You're the one who should
unbelievable.
apologize for
Because
calling
you're
us
talking
cops.
about little
It's not like I
kids,
murdered
you're
anybody. I just
totally
wanted to play a great
exploited.
show.
This
I was
is
this
all
close.
Shut up! Shut up! You both just cut it out for 1 second.
Damn, Ned, it's about time you finally manned up. Shame you had to have your bitch of a girlfriend help you do it. And for the record, no, I'm sorry guys, but I don't think Sarah Silverman is funny. I don't like her stand-up, and I don't like her acting. Hell, I didn't even like her while I was watching Saving Silverman, and she wasn't even in that movie! But even though just about everybody is pissed off at Dewey, the kids aren't.
Mr. S was cool, and we worked too long and too hard not to play the show. Okay, so what are we supposed to do?
I say we get out of here and play the damn show.
Kids swearing is cool.
That is so punk rock.
So the students set off on their field trip, but first they have to pick Dewey up from his house and wait, how the hell do they know where this guy lives? Did he give them his address so that they could come to his house and practice rocking?
Oh my God!
Rocking and rolling! Jesus. So Dewey apologizes to the kids, Ned dumps Patty's ass, and heads off to Battle of the Bands. The guys have only one song to perform, and they decide to do Zach's song because they want Dewey to sing. Decked out in an Angus Young school uniform, Dewey and the School of Rock rock it the hell out.
And if you wanna be a teacher's man, well, maybe you just better get in. Rock out no reason, rock out no rhyme. You better get me to school on time.
Well, while I won't say it's the greatest original song in movie history, it's still pretty good. It's sort of like a mix of AC/DC crossed with The Who. And I didn't even think that a combination like that could exist, but hey, School of Rock pulls it out of the bag. Little interesting fact, this song was actually written by Mike White, who plays Ned in the movie. Although, one question does bug me. Are the kids actually playing their instruments? Yes, I know it's mimed in the film, but if they're the ones actually playing the instruments, I gotta say, they're pretty damn good. And wait, is that kid supposed to be dressed up as Tetsuo from Akira? Well, either way, the band gets a big pop from the crowd, including the parents of the kids who showed up to save them.
Hey, you in a band?
No. I am the principal of a school.
Yeah? Wow, this is cool. That's cool.
Yes, it is. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is cool.
It is very cool.
I like that.
Do you? Yes.
Yeah, you're hot. You're so hot.
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What?
Go home, Mr. Cobain. You're high.
The winner of this year's Battle of the Bands competition is No Vacancy!
Boo! It was a beauty contest. They weren't even listening to the music. Boo!
Hey, for a bunch of kids who have only been a rock band for a couple weeks, it was a pretty good debut. No Vacancy were just more experienced and just put up a better performance than you guys did. I mean, just listen to this song. Stick to AIDS the musical, Pascal. Your meatloaf with all loaf and no meat. And so the movie ends with the band doing a cover of AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll, and as the credits roll, we see Dewey and Ned having turned their apartment into their own rock and roll school. Awesome.
It's easy playing one night stand. We'll try playing in a rock roll band. It's a long way to the top. Rock and roll.
Well, this is certainly a good way to get the audience to watch the credits. It's a lot better than throwing a shit ton of outtakes and cookies at you like in other films.
Love is thicker than your behind.
This movie kicked some epic ass. This movie pays tribute to all the different genres of rock and roll while still appealing to kids. At first I was worried that the kids would be horrible actors, but actually some of them put on some decent performances for their age, and they look like they're actually having fun. School of Rock would become a critical and commercial success, and even got Jack Black a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Comedy. Now, there were speculation of a School of Rock sequel, and even Jack Black admitted that he was interested in taking part. But after 10 years, and with all the kids grown up, it's highly unlikely that sequel will ever happen. And then, we'll just have to wait for Kung Fu Panda 3. As a hardcore rock and rolling 90s kid, I have to give School of Rock an A for effort, as well as an HH for hardcore hit. It has a great soundtrack, and it's also pretty cool. Speaking of cool, stay tuned next time where I take a look at Ralph Bakshi's Cool World. Peace out.